It is 1987 and holy shit, these borders are horrible as usual. Part of that is due to all the wars going on, but yeah, my game's moving at a snail's pace at this point. So I don't think we're going to be getting much farther. And I think that's partly because the Hoi 4 AI just likes to balkanize the shit out of certain areas. Like, why not just give this all to Angola? Why does the Soviet AI need like 5 different puppets here? Hoi 4, please fix your game. Maybe just make it to where like the Soviet AI, for example, just makes us all one big puppet instead of balkanizing it to like 5 different puppets. Because like, it's one of those like cases of like, what are they gonna do on their own? Like, if they were one big colony, they would make much more of an impact. But nope, they're just 5 different puppets who are probably gonna just be meat shields for invasion. And then of course you got the Democratic AI here, which just loves to release a bunch of little places. Like, what difference is Burundi gonna make? Like, are they really going to make that much of an impact in the game? I don't think so. Even Sao Tome and Principe has been really— wait, no, that's Greater Portugal. Why is fascist Portugal still in Sao Tome and— excuse me? Now, to expand on the lore and why the scenario played out as it did, first of all, the Axis. Yeah, it wasn't just Germany. I mostly made the Axis of people who got screwed over by France because, you know, you had the British who got screwed over in Africa because the French actually got their East-West connection and Quebec actually survived, you know. The British were kind of screwed over, figured they would go fascist like Italy or Germany did. Same thing with Portugal and their African ambitions. And then, of course, you had Germany, who, yeah, kind of got screwed over because the Rhineland, Württemberg, and Bavaria were originally French puppets, but I guess they've gotten their freedom mostly, or like, they're dominions now? Or yeah, they're dominions rather than puppets, but yeah, still, Germany was kind of screwed over, so I figured Germany, the British, and the Portuguese would join forces against the French. Meanwhile, the French would have their good allies of the Dutch, the Scottish, and the Irish, because, you know, the French had the Dutch as an ally during the Napoleonic Wars, so I figured I'd give them as an ally. Scotland and Ireland were good Catholic allies against the British, so figured I'd give them over too. And yeah, I figured I'd give Scotland a bit of a colonial empire with Nova Scotia, of course, and then, you know, Costa Rica and Panama. Even though the Scottish mostly just had Panama, I just want to give Costa Rica as an excuse to, you know, consolidate a bit and maybe make my game run faster. Nope, the AI decided to slow down my game by releasing places like Belize. Like, I don't know what kind of impact you think Belize is gonna make, but okay. Also, why does Soviet Raj only exist in Goa? And then India itself, oh, looks like Lord Linlithgow is back in India, non-aligned and everything. And then we have Bangladesh here, and also Pakistan, who are both democratic. Nepal and Bhutan, still chilling. Yep, they're still monarchies, just with cool hats and all. Okay. Japanese China somehow ended up democratic despite, yeah, Japan's still fascist. Okay. Manchukuo, yeah. Looks like there's a Japanese-Soviet war again, because the Soviets just keep going to war with Japan for seemingly no reason. Did they even join? No, they didn't even join the Axis or anything. They're just part of the greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. They're doing their own thing. I don't know why. The Soviets always like to declare war on Japan. Maybe they're still holding a grudge over Katafuto/Sakhalin, but I don't know, maybe. Also, I guess somehow the Soviets got Alaska from Cascadia, which, oh god, this is a dystopian world. Cascadia's gone fascist. Also, yeah, El Salvador, which I gave the rest of Central America, didn't do shit with it. They're just over here being fascist, but they didn't join in on the wars or anything. That's why I gave the rest of Central America to them instead of, you know, Honduras or Nicaragua, because I was hoping they'd do something since they were fascist, but apparently not. I also love how Mexico has just slowly but surely migrated. Like, I know I gave them their old southwestern territory, most of it, but then now they're migrating as far north as Montana. Why? Also, yeah, the French faction name is called Liberté du Monde. You might have noticed that. Yeah, that's French for world liberty. I decided to try to be a bit creative with the faction name, you know? You're telling me this is supposed to be a Middle Eastern nation. Why does their flag look so Chinese when they're in Iran? I guess even in this universe, we have an Iron Curtain, but instead of being between democracy and communism, it's just between the French and Soviet spheres of influence. But, I mean, their client state states don't really look like powerful allies, puppets being held against their will. Nah, it more just looks like a stroke happened over here. Also, you may be wondering why Italy's part of the Iron Curtain, but yes, I did end up making them communist just for balance reasons, because I didn't want the French to be fighting 4 different fronts, because if Italy joined the Axis and nationalist Spain won the Civil War, yeah, they would have to worry about the English Channel, Germany, Italy, and the Spanish at the same time, and yeah, I didn't want the French to be fighting 4 different fronts, so for balance reasons, I just decided to make Italy communist, because I figured the Comintern might have needed a bit of help, and yeah, I guess Italy really helped them out, because, well, yeah, the Comintern looks like this. Can't believe I'm saying Italy actually helped their faction with a straight face. But I guess this is what happens when you have people who aren't insecure about their hairline in control. Also, Scotland, I don't know why you're fascist when you're a part of the French faction, which is mainly communist, and oh, Ireland's also communist. Well, I guess they do have something in common. They're gonna run out of potatoes either way. Also, why does Australia look like this? Okay, this is just an occupation. Yeah, I can't have finalized borders like that, but yeah, this is a weird occupation. You got New Zealand taking over these bits, Republican Spain here. The French just in this little square that doesn't even have a city. You have Italy taking over Melbourne, Tasmania, and then you have France taking over most of Western Australia. Even Perth. God, I think that's about the only thing that can make Perth worse is just more French people. Also, weird, I know this nation doesn't matter, but Trinidad and Tobago. That's their fascist name, really? Empire of Kairi. Yeah, that is a really interesting name. And where's the British Empire still alive? Hold on. Oh, it seems like for the most part they're just across some scattered islands in the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Just the islands no one really cares about. Except for this one, the Falklands, which is where they have their capital. But I'm sure someone's gonna want that at some point. But yeah, this is just one of those worlds where I'm sure it's gonna be a giant stalemate for a really long time. Especially with how slow this game is going. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Remember, we have a sub goal for 10k where I'm gonna be revealing my face. So if you really want to see my face, then please hit the sub button because the majority of you are not subscribed. But anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Matani!